How's it going, everyone? It is Drago. We are back with another chapter of Fairy Tale 100 Year Quest, Chapter 86, Abyss. The cover for this week has Makarov on it, and I'm going to guess it's like a Buddha statue. I'm not familiar with it. I will say Makarov, though, he is doing like the little like sitting pose he used to do kind of like at the beginning of the series to kind of like assert dominance over people. I will say they also did a different layout for this chapter, so I don't know if this is going to be what future chapters are going to be looking like to begin with, but, they usually had Fairy Tale 100 Year Quest as a big, like, top header, but now it's just, like, relegated to a small part of the corner, and we got, like, a full page spread instead of, like, a half page. So we pick up the chapter with the hands attacking the world, and they are causing a lot of destruction. So we are back at the whiteout village, and they're freaking out. It's like the end of the world. We gotta run, man. We're gonna die. So as everyone's freaking out that they're gonna die, you got the whiteout priestess saying, hold it, we gotta defend our village, we gotta defend our land, that's our job, so she is, we've had this job for years upon years, it's been passed down to us to, keep this world protected and to white out magic so the overflow doesn't kill the world. It's like, we gotta uphold this job, we gotta do this. Now, I don't entirely know what her plan is because those hands look like they're destroying everything. I'm going to kind of agree with some of the wait out people here because they're like, hey, it's completely hopeless. Like, why don't we run now? Like, these things are crazy. But apparently she got Ferris on that bandwagon because she's like, don't abandon hope just yet. We can do this. So they're hardcore banking on Selene getting defeated because they're like, okay, right now it's just magic is expanding, but if Selene gets cut down, her magic power will subside, and then it's our job to cancel out everything that she created, and then we'll save the world. Which is really banking on Team Fairy Tale to kill Selene, which we go to Team Fairy Tale, and they're all sprinting at full speed, which is quite surprising because, Natsu and Urza just got practically cut in half a few chapters ago, and they just recently got healed, so I'm surprised they can run so efficiently. Gray just got done with his big battle, and Lucy just got done with her big battle. The only one that really hasn't been strained is Wendy, so I'm just kind of surprised that they're all running at full speed here. So they decided, instead of running, let's just teleport there. So they just teleport up to the mountain instead of running there. Which, you got the whiteout priestess, we go back to them, and she's making a big speech about how Suzaku and Fairy Tale will protect them, and how can we possibly run away, and, we will protect this land. She's bawling her eyes out, and all the people under her just kind of look more or less like sad, and just kind of like really banking on like, Team Fairy Tale better win this, because otherwise we're all dead. Just as a side note, this chapter kind of goes all over the place, so we're back to Team Fairy Tale again, and their teleport didn't entirely work out very well, but it got them close enough. They're at like the base of the mountain, it kind of looks like, and you got the giant hands attacking them, which this is kind of gross to be real. The hands, they got like dirt or mud or blood underneath their fingernails. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but that drips off of its hand and creates a monster, which, me looking at this guy right away, I just think it looks like Kurogiri from My Hero Academia, which obviously they're like, we don't got time to deal with this, we got to go kill Selene, we don't got time to deal with fingernail monsters. Natsu just says, screw it, I'm going to go take on Selene, and just straight up abandons the team and goes full speed with Happy, leaving the rest of Team Fairy Tale to take on these hand monsters themselves. Which Wendy must have a theory about how to take on those hand things, maybe because that's kind of how she unlocked her Dragon Force in Earthland, was by the faces and being close to them. She just said, take me closer to the hands, I have something I want to check out. So it wouldn't surprise me if she does something like similar to her Dragon Force with these hands. So now we go back to Selene's fight with Suzaku. And again, Selene really doesn't have any cuts or damages on her body except for the cheek again. And she's pretty much just full-on taunt mode because she's like, I know your strength all too well. You have incredible strength for a human, but I find it incredibly hard to believe that you defeated Kurnugi. And he just straight up is very honest about it because he's like, I didn't defeat him. It was my master that defeated him, and then I just ate the dragon. So Selene just kind of almost seems frustrated that she's like, oh man, Carnegie was defeated by a human. How like petty, how like terrible that he was defeated by these puny humans. And Suzaku is just like, okay, why are you getting so like crazy about this? Like, what's your relation to him? So she goes on, the dragon that you ate was one of my sons, which is very interesting because she says one of my sons, not my son, one of. So we actually might see some of Selene's kids, which when she announces that that's one of her sons, she looks quite furious that the guy in front of her literally ate her son. Saying that really got her into a very nice mood of her wondering how she's going to pull his intestines out. Which Suzaku pretty much doubles down on the I'm going to get you to hate me, because he's like, I offer no apology, and dragons are the enemy of humanity, and we will consume every last one of them as Diablos. Suzaku doesn't attack, and then, Selene says, how dare you use his power? You are an inferior being using his power, and then to finish up his attack, so Kurenugi style sword drawing art Abyss is the full attack name. He must have did something pretty good because it caught Selene off guard, because she's like, this isn't Kurenugi style, and then he's like, oh yeah, this is just a style I improvised. So the full attack that he actually does is Underworld Black Purgatory Slash. Even just in black and white, this looks very cool looking. Someone finally did more damage to Selene, because he, from the looks of it, practically looks like he cut her in half. It made her eyes go completely white, so I'm assuming he knocked her out. And she hardcore plummets to the ground, and okay, she actually isn't knocked out. He essentially made her go crazy and be like, not possible, no human could ever do this to me. And she gets back up. Then we cut back over to Natsu, and there's giant hands going after him, and they're just dropping a bunch of their fingernail sludge, blocking Natsu's way, making a bunch of monsters. The ones that got made right here to stop Natsu kind of remind me of the ones that were that Hades made during Tenro, which Natsu ain't playing around. He just does a bunch of fire attacks and just immediately practically kills all of them. We got Natsu all fired up because he's like, you wait right there, Selene, I'm gonna defeat you. So the final shot of the chapter is Natsu just zooming there, Suzaku kind of just holding his wounds. I could not tell you what Selene's doing, and that is the end of our chapter. So my thoughts. I'm gonna assume that next week's chapter is going to be the bigger final battle one. I thought this chapter was going to be, but I guess not. Honestly, I thought it was kind of all over the place, this chapter. I mean, you get the big revelation that, she has kids, Selene does, which I think could actually formulate a revenge plot. She dies and then her kids hear about it. They could be kind of mad about whoever killed her. The Wait Out Village stuff, I honestly don't particularly care. That subplot has always been kind of meh for me. Cool, once they get defeated, you're gonna stop the magic power from overflowing. Nice. I just kind of want to get back on the main train. The stuff that Team Fairy Tail does, honestly, they don't get even really a great moment here. It just, we teleport there. Natsu separates from the rest of the group and just leaves them on their own. I think the, finger monster things kind of look cool just because they remind me of other things. I'm very interested as to what Wendy's theory is about, the hands things probably being similar to face, what if she could just figure out a way to disable them? I don't know. It's bringing hardcore vibes back to her with face and the hand stuff. Overall, this chapter again is basically just setting up final battles because, Natsu's zooming in to go fight Selene, and then the rest of Team Fairy Tail zooming in to go fight Selene. So either way, I think this chapter was just kind of more of setup again, but we should be getting the big climactic final battle coming up here within the next chapter. So thanks for watching. Just some quick channel stuff. I know this video is probably going to be a little bit delayed. I've had a bunch of stuff come up in my life outside of YouTube that has taken priority, So if this review's up a little later than I usually post them, I'm sorry for that. After this stuff that I got going on right now, I should be a lot more free to do a lot more videos. I obviously just did the holder magic video. I'm interested in doing more about different magics throughout Fairy Tail and going into like more character breakdown stuff. Along with doing other series, I'd love to do more videos about My Hero Academia because I quite love that series. I wouldn't be doing any stuff about like the manga about it because I don't currently follow it. Like, I honestly just like to watch the show and be surprised about what's to come. I do like reading the manga of it, but I'm not like, I don't want to go past where the anime is because I want to be surprised and I want to just watch it live. I don't know why I'm doing it for that series, but just for that series, it's the way I've been doing it. So I did watch the end of Loki and that was pretty insane. So I did think about making like a video on that. So if you guys are interested in any videos about Loki or Marvel in general, leave that in the comments below. Or any other videos you'd be interested in seeing me make. Otherwise, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. And this is Drago, signing out.